I'm assuming that if you're watching this video, you've been to a theme park at least once. And if you have, you know how tiring it is to manage logistics all day and walk around in the heat, in the wind, and the cold. All this action can make you really hungry. And thankfully the parks are prepared with a wide variety of healthy and delicious food options that are available at the blink of an eye. Just kidding. Theme park food is terrible. I'm sure you can find me some exceptions, so make sure to remind me about those in the comments. For the most part, theme park food is not it. Between food guaranteed to put you on my 600-pound life, food that looks and tastes like someone already ate it and then put it in a plastic red basket, and lines that can literally take hours, eating at a theme park is certain disaster. Oh, and I didn't even mention that you're gonna have to pull out a loan to take part in these fabulous festivities. In today's video, I'm gonna break down all these problems in depth and propose some potential solutions. If you like this kind of content, consider subscribing or leave a like, it means a lot. Let's dive in. So I'm going to discuss and address these problems one by one. The four main issues with theme park food that I have identified are cost, nutrition, taste, and weight. There are definitely more issues such as lack of tables or unfriendly employees, but that would simply be too much to address in one video. So starting with what in my eyes might be the biggest problem of them all, cost. Let's be honest, you're getting low quality food. Normally a basket of soggy old fries and chicken tenders that would maybe be sold for a couple bucks, if even sold at all. But at your local Six Flags or even Cedar Fair park, hopefully you have a good credit score, because you're going to need a loan to buy this gourmet grub. I've seen prices as high as $18. There's no way you're going to leave a meal in hand without being at least 10 bucks poorer. I think the issue with pricing largely comes down to a lack of competition. The park literally controls all food options and pricing, meaning that they can coordinate pricing to make more money. A good solution to this problem would be to introduce more independent restaurants and even chains to the parks. I know a few parks already have Subways or Starbucks, but these are usually weaker iterations of their real-world counterparts, and prices are still absurd. I'm thinking something more like a mall, where there are a ton of different restaurants and even some more upscale options. I get why the parks won't do this, they want money, but one can dream. Or they could just lower prices. The next and other biggest issue is the lack of nutritious options. I guess healthier options would cost even more for the park to buy, and in order to have the margins of chicken tenders, they'd probably have to charge like $40, and even the parks aren't shameless enough to do that. Typical food options range from pizza to hamburgers to chicken tenders. And while some of these foods are fine if done right and at a high level, they are not done this way at a theme park. Instead, they leave you feeling heavy and a little nauseous, which is especially bad before riding a roller coaster. I wish I had a few better options, or at least more variety. Maybe something even a little fancy, or a Sweetgreen or Chipotle, or just something that's not so diabetic. Give it a 7-Eleven type thing, with lots of different snack options. The whole idea here is that guests need more choices, and the choices need to be better. And I think people would be much more open to paying higher prices for a higher quality product. Speaking of a higher quality product, let's talk about how awful the current product is. Theme park food largely tastes terrible. The fries are soggy, the chicken is all breading, and the pizza, don't even get me started. I feel like this wouldn't be that big of an issue if the prices were more reasonable, but they aren't. Last, and certainly not least, but might be the most egregious issue of all of the issues with theme park food, is the wait. What a nightmare. I'm gonna be more expired than the hamburger by the time I can get it. And this is an issue I really have trouble understanding, because it seems like there are at least so many different locations that serve the same food at the same time. But I think the issue here begins when there isn't enough staff to keep a lot of the places open. Sometimes literally half the restaurants are closed, and even more during non-peak hours. So it seems that no matter what time of day you want to eat, there will always be a wait, because that's how the park staffs the restaurants. I have a radical solution for this one. I think people should always be allowed to bring food from home. This kind of addresses all of the problems at once, but I know the parks won't be a fan of this idea. I mean, I always sneak food in, and so do a lot of the other people I know, and I really don't see the big deal. So I have to get something positive in this video. The solution I can think of at this moment is just to bring your own food. Well, it's technically illegal or whatever, or according to park rules, is that even the law? Who knows? The employees generally could not care less, or just hide it. Anyways, that's all for this video, and I think this is an issue that really needs to be addressed because it really affects the experience of the guests. Guys, that rhymed. Let me know in the comments what you think, and as always, thank you for watching, and please consider leaving a like, it means a lot. I'll see you all in the next video.